Officially, the time has come. It is the decider at Most here for the ADAC GT Masters Esports finale. We are here at the Tuning World Bodensee. It's Lewis McGlade alongside Robert Wiesenmueller in the backstage here for the English stream. And I am telling you now, everything is level at the top, same as it was 24 hours ago. We are awaiting an extremely good race here at Most.
Yes, an awesome race is coming up here. Top two teams tied on points. Williams Esports with Keithley and Lerner, and EURONICS Gaming, Hasse and Kunze. Couldn't be more exciting, this championship final.
Yeah, things twisting themselves around. Kunze starting the car this time with Lerner starting the Williams Esports Chill Blast car. So everything's super tight at the top, but there are changes on that qualifier. Of course, each driver has to qualify the car at least once. We're waiting for the drivers to all enter the stage at one time. It's going to be an exciting race here. And my voice is going, and I'm sure after this race, it will be gone. There's Julian Kunze approaching the seat that he will be taking for qualifying. Moritz Lerner as well, just behind. A tough race for him. Lerner, of course, very, very quick. They've said that he's going to be quite quick at Most. That's why he's qualifying the car, but at the same time, is he as quick as Keithley? We saw Banky there, we see Rekel. They have a Mercedes this time in that car. Jaroslav Honzik will be taking over later on at Czech, so at a home race for him. Roman Ivanov doing his qualifying session around here, looking pretty happy. Is Roman Ivanov come all the way from Russia to this. Nikodem Wisniewski. A little bit of an issue in the last one. They had to drop back to 5th position, so position swap there means they're now 4th in the championship, just behind Team Hungary. Speaking of which, David Nosh up to his seat. Next up, Bernard Vella taking the 3BV racing car, jumping in for this one. Then all the way over to the other side of the stage, Johannes Wiese. He is actually awake. He was falling asleep on the bench between race. Had a good conversation with Jack Keithley as well. They're in the Corvette for this one, of the Callaway, looking pretty confident as well. Risto Capit, always the showman, jumps to his ACR. Good position last one, 4th place at Zandvoort for ACR. Next up, Vida Ragnar Simulator. That's Indika getting into his car, a little bit of contact with them. Underdog, I think it was in the previous race. There's Lars Baumler getting into the Team GTR3 LHC car. And there is a look at the trophy they're all fighting for. We can see meeting Team Europe. Just jumping in to see that's Duttler there. And you can see Panabianco climbing into the Ballas as well. The tension is absolutely critical. You saw in the background RRVGT, Malte Schneider in that car. Lucas Kolb done the qualifying for the previous two, climbs into that vehicle, getting ready to go. There we are, holding up the RRVGT. We've seen that all week, all weekend rather, climbing into that useless racing teams. That is Eunice Rival getting into that one. Nicholas did the last qualifying session. And then last minute will be the last one. Benfeld getting into that car. And we have our 17 cars ready to go. They'll be doing practice. We'll get onto that in just a moment. Practice for them. We should see the likes of Reichel and Honzik, that team, doing very, very well here. They do have the Mercedes and the number 48 Mercedes AMG for this one. When we did practice earlier today, that EURONICS Mercedes, the EURONICS 2, was the fastest, ahead of Williams 1 and then Williams 2. So Williams 1, that's the one with Jack Keithley, and Jack Keithley did that time, I think, with Reichel as well. The important thing to note from that session was the EURONICS Gaming 1. They struggled. They were down in 6th position, about 4.5 tenths off in that session earlier on this afternoon. Who is going to take this victory? Kunze in the car to start with, alongside Keithley. Everything joint at the top. We'll get a look at the championship table as we can see everyone practicing there, practicing hard. We'll get that championship table as soon as we can. And there we've got our two championship contenders, Julian Kunze Lerner on the other side. So much pressure on the shoulders of Lerner. Jack Keithley doing a fantastic job getting 2 pole positions back to back as we see a bit of racing already in preparation for this afternoon's race. Again, for those that have not tuned in, it is a 90-point haul for both teams at the top. And what is also important is they've swapped over who is qualifying. It's a 40-minute race. Oh, wow, EURONICS Gaming straight off the road. They've entered Narnia, I think, down there. Not quite sure where they've gone. Not quite sure what happened there. As we look at Johannes Wies in the underdog car. Callaway for this one. We'll find out quite what happened there in just a moment. Looking at Lars Baumler over the other side, all the way over. You can see Panabianco over there. You can see Useless Racing. That's Eunice Rydell over there. Not sure if that's a sim crash. Of course, if the sim crashes when we enter qualifying, as long as it crashes before anyone has set a lap time, then all is good. We look at Kunze. He seems to be driving, so should be all right. A lot of noise here in the background of the Tuning World Bodensee. A fantastic atmosphere for us over the weekend. We've had 7 exceptional races across it, including the Tuner Club one. We've got a crowd amassing here. Towards the end of the day, it's currently 4:15 as all the servers, all of those sessions are going to be reset. We've had a great atmosphere though, really taken in by the Tuning World's sort of the people that are here, really accepting RaceRoom, having a great load of fun with the simulators. Potentially though, it all comes down to this, and we're going to get a good race. Autodrom Most is a tricky circuit to race at. That is for sure. We saw Zandvoort last time, very tricky. A lot of racing over the final lap, very close between Moritz Lerner and Julian Kunze. Moritz Lerner coming out on top of this one. Obviously the two came to blows in the previous round at Nürburgring as well. We're just having a few technical issues, so the broadcast might be, the race might be a little bit delayed, but we'll get to that as soon as we can with qualifying. Plenty to talk about though. I will actually go through the cars that people have brought here and roughly what should be going on. So Julian Kunze, who's going to be qualifying this one for EURONICS Gaming 1, they are again in the Audi number 29, same with Moritz Lerner, who's in the Williams Esports Chill Blast, both taking the Audis, obviously the Audi number 5 for Williams Esports Chill Blast. Ascaro Esports, powered by SDL, they have taken the Corvette number 13, and that one will be qualified by Ben Spanky. We saw him come onto the stage, all the way over the right-hand side there. Then EURONICS Gaming 2, they're in the Mercedes number 48, qualified by Michael Reiko. GT Omega RPM Esports, that one's qualified by Roman Ivanov. They have the Audi for this one. Struggles back in Nürburgring. They had a very, very fast car there, but unfortunately not able to make anything work. A mistake from Martin Stefanko, ended up in about 8th position. Porsche number 99 at Zandvoort, really struggled there. The Porsche on default was there. I mean, it's really a terrible car, to be honest. Williams Esports Razor, that one is going to be qualified, I believe, by Nikodem Wisniewski. I was getting onto the stage earlier, I remember now. And Team Hungary as well, that one's being qualified by David Noj. Those two, both in the Audi, same one, 6 and 33 respectively. Then we look 3BV Racing. Bernard Veller, I believe, going to be qualifying that one. Porsche number 69 in the hands of that. They had the Mercedes in the previous one. Didn't quite work out for 3BV Racing. I think they're down at 12th position. Underdog Racing's Johannes Weiss qualifying this time. Corvette number 1. That Callaway looking very, very pretty. How will that play out with Philip Matzik? Because obviously he's got the hand injuries. Maybe costing him a little bit here. Johannes Weiss though, very, very quick, and on the start of the race for the Endurance Team Challenge, super aggressive, made it 3 wide into T1, made it work as well, straight through up into 3rd position. Avid Chronic Racing, Risto Cappi, we saw him getting on stage, obviously partnered with Adam Pinches. They take Audi number 25. Fida Ragnar Simulator and Team GTR 3LHC, both in the Audis for both the races, for this race as well. Indika qualifying that one. Lars Baumler as well, I believe, is the one that is qualifying Yeah, it is. Bamla qualifying the Team GTR3 LHC car. We see in the grandstands, Florian Haase took his first win, sort of, today. Julian Kunze, very nervous, alongside Philip Matzik. Meeting Europe team, they've got the Corvette this time. I think that's Dutlo who's going to be qualifying that one, and Ballas Racing, that's qualified by Francesco Panabianco. They've got the Corvette #1 as well. So Corvette looking pretty good around here, well chosen, although a lot of people say it's about the same speed as the Audi around this Moss circuit. The Audi feels a little bit better. RRVGT, we saw Malte Schneider climbing up to the stage. He's in the BMW #14. They took the Mercedes in the last one. Again, didn't really work out for them. Useless Racing, Jonas Riedel will be qualifying this one. Staying with the Audi, have been all day. And then Last Minute Express, Benfeld qualifying that one. BMW #42 in their hands. Hopefully the technical issues are being amended, and potentially we'll be getting this race underway shortly. So, Rob, who is going to come out on top in this championship? It's going to be super tight. Kunz up there, Lerner. Who's going to get it?
It's going to be extremely tight here, and I think there's a little bit of an advantage for EURONICS Gaming in this final, because they have their teammates in a very strong car for this track here, and yeah, they're driving in the Mercedes, and with two of the cars at the front for EURONICS Gaming, maybe it's going to work out in their favor. And also, they're starting with Julian Kunze in the qualifying, who's probably the fastest also drivers in this session.
But potentially, is the EURONICS Gaming 2 car? I'm not gonna shout any unfair play here, but the EURONICS 2 car, they're probably not going to get involved with EURONICS Gaming 1's race from a team's perspective, trying to help them win the championship. I think they might stay their separate ways. As we all see them leaving the pit lane for that qualifying session, eyes focused on Reichel, who's in that AMG heading through the really tight chicane here. Qualifying, Rob, ever so important around this circuit as we look at EURONICS Gaming.
Yes, qualifying super important here because it's not so easy to pass on this track. And yeah, while all these cars are on their way, we now have the official championship standings, and there you can see the confirmation. Tied on points, EURONICS 1 and Williams 1. A couple of stewards' decisions after the race. The most important one probably Williams 2, team of Wisniewski and Brzezinski. They received a penalty that they had to swap the places in the race results with ACR after they pushed ACR in the chicane. So now, yeah, lost a little bit of ground, lost the position to Team Hungary in the standings. You can see exactly tied on points, Williams and EURONICS.
Yeah, super close there realistically between Hungary, Williams 2, ACR, and even Ascaro. It's all very close there, not separated by too much. We can see those car choices that I went through earlier. You can see all of that with the drivers as well. I would say I've heard, as much as we see quite a few of the Corvettes here,
yeah,
the Callaway is roughly at the same speed as the Audi, maybe a little bit quicker, but not much. And I was speaking to Keithley though, he said he so much prefers how the Audi drives in comparison to the Callaway that, you know, potentially it's not a correct choice around it, it's not an advantage. We see EURONICS coming through that first chicane. Kunze, bit of a qualifying mastermind, very, very quick. We've had two poles today that have both gone to Williams Esports Chill Blast. Moritz Lerner, who he did win the time attack competition in the series, so has shown immense pace previously, but under such a level of pressure, is he going to be able to get the lap out in this session?
We will see. Usually Moritz Lerner pretty cool. He's proven that he's cool in the first race here. As you see the circuit here, Autodrom Most, very close to the German border, but located in the Czech Republic. High-speed circuit, especially in the middle sector here. This corner beautifully to drive. A bit wide there, but it might be the camera deceiving me.
Yeah, it looked a bit like he was a little wide. 21 corners that all need to be met with a specific level of perfection and accuracy. It's such a tricky circuit. You say it like how high speed that middle circuit is. That comes to why the circuit is so difficult to pass on. because a lot of the corners are all medium speed. There's nothing really too slow here except that first chicane.
Now we will see the
Kunze
times.
to the line. What is it going to be to kick this session off? It's going to be a 1:30.748. Williams 1 comes in behind, 2:10. EURONICS Gaming 2 goes on to pole, a 1:30.618, 1/10 clear of its sister team. Williams 1 though. That team down in 6th position.
Oh, they're getting dropped here behind Oscaro, behind Team Hungary. This is going to be a challenge. ACR behind them.
Not decided on strategy yet, as well as Williams Chill Blast. We watched Vida Ragnar come to the line. Had some impressive racing in the last couple. 11th position for Vida Ragnar. Dyker in that car at the moment. Potentially the slower of the two drivers. Sarah Beek did a very good job in the last couple of races to put them in a decent position. We ride on board with EURONICS Gaming 2, losing a bit. Massive curve, my goodness me, from Reichel there. Comes into the central section, looks back at a Callaway, this one for Oscaro Esports. That one's being currently driven by Bent Banky.
And they have a good first sector. Yeah. And that's not really where the car is strong. The car is strong here in the middle sector.
Too much curb there though.
Oh, but it's purple.
So good. So good here for Ben Banky. You wouldn't believe it, but it's his first LAN event this weekend. Putting on a really great show. Doing such a good job. Ben Banky towards the line, out of the final corner. Very wide out to the garage. Seeing Audi as well. To the line, what's he going to do? Oh, not quite enough, 4th place.
And still perfect situation for the two EURONICS cars here.
Front row knockout for EURONICS at the moment. Here we look back at the Williams Esports Chill Blast, currently down in 6th position. Maurice Lerner piloting that.
Oh, they dropped down.
7th.
ACR up to 6.
Up to 6. This could be a dramatic start for the championship. Jack Keithley in the grandstands. Oh my goodness, he is going to be shaking, quaking in his boots. We look at the hands of, I believe that is the Williams Esports car. Yeah, Maurice Lerner needs to nail this lap, otherwise the tyres are going to be nowhere. 4 minutes 30 seconds left of this session. Not a good first sector, drop to 10th. It could be
another mistake there.
Oh no. They may need to change their strategy and have Jack Keithley take over this car very early in the race if they have any hopes to take on EURONICS Gaming 1. EURONICS Gaming 2 though, we look at the other Williams Esports car. That one's just 1 position behind, currently driven by Nikodem Wisniewski. Very fast in the first sector. Jack Keithley and Maurice Lerner. Wow,
look at these sectors.
Sector. Gee
but EURONICS is purple as well, so we could see an improvement from EURONICS here. Yeah, Wisniewski focused as ever.
You want the other Williams car, they'll be sitting there thinking, come on, please. Nikodem Wisniewski.
Oh, 30.4 for EURONICS 2.
But how much better is this going to be? It's super close, bit of slipstream to the line. What is it going to be?
It's full!
Williams Esports Razor. What a lap from Nikodem Wisniewski. 0.04 of a second clear of EURONICS Gaming 2.
And Nikodem Wisniewski, there you see him smiling. He won, he knows it. And he might very well keep his team here in contention.
He could
see another change of position there. I think it was Underdog into P9, also in a Corvette in this race.
Maurice Lerner needs to pick up his pace though. He's half a second off of the sister teammate. We look into the eyes of
Rechel there.
Yeah, Roku in the EURONICS 2 car. Back to the EURONICS Gaming 1. Trying to throw around improvement in the first sector. Trying to get back onto the front row. Too wide there for Julian Kunze. Still an improvement, but it's not going to be good enough for the front row if he keeps on this pace. Behind him, we see the Williams Esports. Not too sure what's happening with that lap time for the Williams Esports Gaming Chill Blast. To the line, EURONICS Gaming 1. 3rd position at the moment. I think it's going to be 3rd still. It does remain 3rd. No improvement. Behind is Williams. No improvement for them, I think, as well. No. Still down in 8th position. We look at a Callaway. That one's the one by Panabianco. Ballas Racing. struggling a lot in the first sector, you can see, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah, currently only in P16 they received a penalty actually in the first race for causing an incident in the chicane. So they're very far down the order in the championship. But P11, that's a pretty
Solid
good result.
start.
And look at this. Look at P3. Team Hungary has jumped EURONICS 1.
Wow, EURONICS 1 dropping back. Team Hungary currently third in this championship. Williams Esports Razor, the one directly behind them in fourth position. We're looking at David Nodge there alongside Nikodem Wisniewski.
But we have to look now at Lerner.
Yeah, Lerner.
Lerner on a green for a second, but still quite a
Still
far
so
way
far
down.
down. But he could potentially, if he nails the rest of this lap, could move himself a decent way up the grid. A position, any position helps here.
Yeah, he hit the grass there on the inside of the corner a little
Lost
bit again.
time.
That's not a good lap, unfortunately.
This will be his last time as well. He cannot complete another lap.
Oscaro on green sectors, Hungary on green sectors as well.
I said to you before or after the last race, I don't think Williams Esports Chill Blast or EURONICS Gaming 1 will be victorious at Most. And it is looking like that is going to come to fruition as Williams Chill Blast, they improve, but not a position.
Let's see if Oscaro can get ahead of the other EURONICS car. But no, they're staying in P6
yet.
as well.
Wow. EURONICS Gaming 1, 4 positions ahead of Williams Esports Chill Blast. Williams Esports Chill Blast, by the way, massively in the danger zone in the mid-pack heading into turn 1. We look at the order, you can see Williams, the 2, the Razor 1, currently on pole position, which does mean if that holds for the next few seconds, that Williams have had a pole position in every single one of the races that we've had in the ADAC GT Masters Esports Championship.
We have no green sectors there, so it's pole position confirmed for Nikodem Wisniewski. Congratulations to him. And that gives us a very, very exciting race here that is coming up with a lot of cars that are not really in the championship fight at the front of the field.
How is it all going to play out for some of these teams? We do not know. Williams 2, EURONICS 2. Again, a front row lockout for the pair of the outfit. Just the other car this time up at the front end of the field. Everyone preparing for that race. A bit of a conversation there between Wisniewski and Noj. This, I guarantee, will be a good race. You do not want to miss it. As soon as it's over, we'll try and confirm the results as quick as possible. Then we'll be having the winners celebration. And that will round us off 8 races here in the Tuning World Bodensee. A fantastic event. A great race that we've had so far. We've had so much different types of action. But it all comes down to this. One final go at it. Williams Razor on pole position ahead of EURONICS Gaming 2, and we are racing a bad start for EURONICS Gaming 2 as Team Hungary of David Nodge is going to get run alongside up towards turn 1, but it's going to be Williams Razor. Oh, but he's come back as the Mercedes coming in towards turn 1, a bit of contact between the two. Oh, so much. Oh, it's so tight, but Williams 2 going to hold on. EURONICS 2 into third. We look back at EURONICS Gaming 1, trying to get up into third position. I think it's going to be successful. Contact there with David Nodge. Oh, but it's going to be Nodge on the inside. EURONICS Gaming 1 up into third. Williams 1 up into 7th. Both +1. They need to beat the other though. GT and Mega RPM directly in front of this.
Oh, contact is around!
No, that could be it. Williams have been turned around there, I think by Oscaro.
I think it was Underdog. I think it was Underdog who got into the back of them. So now a lot of work to do. P16 only for Williams Esports. It could be all over so early on in the race.
I'm so sorry, I think that could be it. Williams Esports Chill Blast are so unfortunate. I said they were in the danger zone and that bit hard. EURONICS Gaming 1, Julian Kunze has probably heard what's happened. He can see what happens if he looks to his right, or to his left rather. Up the hill to the final corner. He just needs to have a decent run here.
Yeah.
Such a shame, his contact with the rear of the car spun him around. What a terrible shame to end this season. Up towards turn 1 though, looking ahead. EURONICS Gaming too, all over the back. Look at this quad. Quartet, I don't know what it is. All battling hard here. Quartet, of course it is. VGT VRS as well, making decent progress up to 13th position. Then it's Jack Keithley. Looks frustrated. Had it taken away last year as well. At least he's taken a race win. We ride a moment last minute. Look at this behind. VGT VRS and GT Omega, RPM, Ivanov in the GT Omega. Side by side all the way through. Contact again into this corner. Oh no! Roman Ivanov drops behind the Williams 1 car. Trying to make some progress. Contact again, silly mistakes into that corner. 3BV Racing in the Porsche trying to make progress up the field, up to 14th position ahead of the BMW. It's been 3 minutes and everything's happened so far.
Yeah, very hectic start of the race, and it just continues here. Useless Racing moving up. ACRs and dead last at the moment. Not sure what happened to them. GT Omega has dropped back. Underdog and GTR3 LHC, they are the ones that gained the most time, but at the front of the field we still have this man here, Nikolai Wisniewski, for the second of the Williams teams.
That's the only consolation prize for Williams at the moment, is they may not be in the fight for the championship. I mean, something could still happen, yes. But they are leading the race with the second team, the second outfit by Razor. Nikolai Wisniewski behind the wheel. Kuba Brzezinski to take it over later on. Balances beautifully through T1. Reichel in that Mercedes as well. Ominous in the rear view. We look back at GT Omega RPM. We look back even further. 3BV Racing. Oh, they're going to be side by side. With Useless Racing coming out of the chicane, not quite anything sticking there. Again, Useless Racing doing a decent job realistically up in 14th position. I know that sounds like it's towards the back, but again, you cannot underestimate how strong this field is. We look at Bernard Vella there for 3BV Racing in that Porsche, struggling. That Porsche default setup, not very good, Rob.
Yeah, very understeery car, and in the background, ACR getting faster, VGT. Lots of close battles actually. Same here, Fida Ragnar ahead of Ballas Racing in a strong P8 at the moment.
Yeah, they've had a surprisingly good event of Fida Ragnar. Currently in Dyker in the car, doing a decent job in 8th position. Once that is taken over by Zerabik, we kind of expect that car to move a bit further forward, because Zerabik's been extremely quick over the events that we've had here so far. But look at this, Fida Ragnar under a lot of pressure here. From Ballas Racing's Panabianco.
Oh, and we might have a change for second.
EURONICS Gaming 2 allows EURONICS Gaming 1 to pass. Was that a bit of team orders, a bit of friendliness, or was it just a mistake? It's turn 1, Team Hungary down the inside.
Oh!
Oh my goodness, Team Hungary nearly takes out EURONICS Gaming 1. That could have been so close for the championship. They're going to drop back to 5th place. Oscaro Esports ahead. Oh, what a mistake. We look at Reichel there. What a mistake there. A bit of contact there again. Williams 1 up into 11th position. Currently GT Omega RPM. Roman Ivanov directly behind. I think he may have made another mistake as Maurice Lerner dropping back into the clutch to this. We see his eyes. We see his concentration. Nothing he could do about that instant earlier. Just completely spun him out. He's done a good job to remain focused, to try and get back onto it. It's so hard to do, Rob, when you've been spun out like that, to regain the confidence and just get straight back on it. It takes a lot of time, really.
Yeah, it does, and I think we might see some interesting strategic choices from the Williams team here, because they can try everything with the strategy.
I'd get Jack Keith in the car straight away, but as soon as they get Jack Keith in the car, if you were Kunze, maybe they're going to get Haasa back in the car straight away. Very wide there. GT Omega, yeah, absolutely. Roman Ivanov in that car. Back to the front though. Look at the lead for Williams Esports Razor. Doing a brilliant job here. Currently leading 1.5 seconds over EURONICS Gaming 1, the Audi. Been superbly quick. Nikolai Wisniewski there, currently on stream alongside David Nodge. We see Fida Ragnar once again defending from the Callaway Corvette of Panabianco. Another one directly behind, that's the Meeting Europe one, currently being driven by Dudler. Vida Ragnar just holding on again. It's been such a good event for this lot. I think come the second stint, they couldn't move further forward more so. Risto cap it alongside. Risto obviously down in 15th position, I think, involved in that instant. We saw Panabianco there getting massively wide there. I think that was in turn 8. Drops behind the Meeting Europe car, Dula, doing a very good job there. Looking backwards.
The driver from Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
Sitting in 9th place here, very strong performance.
Just about holding on. Oh, but look, Panabianco, he has showed a lot of pace over this, is Francesco Panabianco. There he is, Dudler. Panabianco alongside, look at him just over there. Panabianco showed a lot of pace over the weekend. Potentially what could have been in the ETC, but at the moment, doing a very good job. Currently in 10th position, had a few mistakes through racing and stuff. Obviously, they got that penalty earlier in the day. Approaching that window though for pit stops. Is anyone going to dive in early? Or Williams one going to throw everything strategically at him for that Chill Blast car? Again, €1,500 on the line here for their victorious team. A big prize realistically. No, not quite as much as yesterday, but you wouldn't say no to €1,500, would you?
No, I would not. Definitely not.
So an excellent prize, an excellent event that we've had in GTR 3 LHC, having a very good race here, up in 7th position, doing a fantastic job. That one currently being driven by Lars Baumler, doing a very good job here. Courtois will be taking over probably close towards the 20-minute mark. I think they'll be doing 20 minutes and 20 minutes. GTR 3 LHC through the incredibly fast turn 13. So much balance around that corner, judged to absolute perfection now. I'd say EURONICS Gaming won, by the way, just closing in a little bit. Not that we need to look at it, they seem to, it's still a big gap, but I think it's just come down a little bit as Kunze trying to pile on the pressure. Just not quite enough. Looking back at Vida Ragnar, Meeting Europe behind him. Oh, everyone behind him, Meeting Europe behind him, Balash Racing. Williams Esports Chill Blast directly behind as well. GT Omega RPM keeping in touch. Oh, down the inside, Meeting Europe. Not quite enough. Oh, Vida Ragnar just.
Oh, this is close. Lerner there on the inside against Panabianco.
Williams won, down the inside of Panabianco. And that's Lerner up to 10th, trying to make as much of a recovery drive. Gets onto the back of the Meeting Europe drive of Dudler coming in towards turn 1. It's going to open him up though to Panabianco again at turn 1. Panabianco in a bit late. Oh, a bit of contact. But this could be a fantastic move for Lerner. Oh, wow, so aggressive. 2 corners, 2 positions, P9. Fantastic drive from Lerner. Exactly what they need. Trying to make as much progress as possible. A long, long way to Kunze, opening him up.
Oh, I think he got a tap there from Panabianco. He's running very wide. Still staying ahead.
Hold it into turn 10 though. Look at the background though. GT Omega and Meeting Europe, a bit of contact there. Meeting Europe not able to Meeting Europe holding on to 11th position from GT Omega, running on board with Williams Esports Chill Blast through 30, up the hill. Oh, so close. I think that's a mistake from Panabianco. Going to open it up to Meeting Europe. There, Balash Racing. Oh, so close. This is giving Williams Esports Chill Blast the break they needed to go and catch up to the next car. Vida Ragnar just up the road. We look back at Meeting Europe. Coming under attack from GT Omega, coming into turn 20, the second and last final corner. Oh, they're in contact there between the 2 cars. And I think that's GT Omega RPM's Roman Ivanov up into 11th position, passing Dudler. Now Dudler under attack from last minute. Last minute has got Benfeld in the car at the moment. Looking down the inside T1, no move there, getting Barrichello'd into the wall.
Oh, late on the brakes.
Straight on. Wow, he nearly took out the GT Omega. Not quite there. Last minute. 12th place now. 13th, 14th even. ACR get by as well. Crazy action here, Rob.
And GTR 3 has caught underdog for P6. What a change of pace for GTR 3 in this race.
Yeah, underdog being driven here by Vice. Doing a good job up in 6th position at the moment, although I would have expected to move up maybe a little bit further, setting some decent pace. GTR3 LHC currently being driven by Lars Baumler, doing a very good job. We look further up the order at Ascaro Esports under heavy pressure from Team Hungary. Ascaro Esports being driven by Ben Spanky, David Nodge in the car behind. Intense pressure between the two Hungarians coming into the second to last corner. Ascaro Esports just managing to hold in front, waiting for Vermont to take over. RRV GT have come into the pit lane as Kolb's taken over from Malte Schneider. Only pit stop so far. No word on what's happening with Williams Esports Chill Blast. Team Hungary down towards the first corner. Oh, look at this with Williams Esports Chill Blast talking of them, getting alongside Fida Ragnar. We said it's a struggle to pass here, but Maurice Lerner putting on an absolute masterclass here down the inside of Fida Ragnar, heading into the chicane, and it's going to be another position for him. Fantastic work. Gets past Fida Ragnar simulator in Dyker. Maurice Lerner, brilliant job so far. A long way off the positions they want, 17 seconds now, 6 seconds off the next car. But what a drive it has been so far.
Just very unlucky there at the start of the race that he got tapped by the underdog Corvette. That could be happen. Now a strong recovery drive for Williams. They need a bit of luck. If they still want to win this championship, they definitely need a bit of luck. They can't really do it, with their own pace. Oh, Lerner wide there.
Very wide. Should be under attack though. Should be able to hold on as we head into the 15th turn. Looking back at GTR3 LHC, this is the next car down the road for that Williams Esports Chill Blast, but a long way down the road it is. You can see them in the background. Lars Baumler doing a very good job at the moment, putting on all of the pressure to the underdog car of Johannes Weiss. Nothing happening so far. Not quite. Look how wide they go out of the exit of the final corner, Rob. Is that a mistake or is it a speed advantage? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think you don't really lose anything if you go wide there. I mean, you lose a bit of momentum, but you also have a wider line. You have a better apex, So it's kind of equal, but we have a close fight here once again. Ballas Racing, always in the middle of the action, followed by Ivanov in the GT Omega RPM car.
Yeah, GT Omega RPM trying to put the pressure on, move up the order before Ivanov gets out of the car, and Stefanko gets in it. Doing a very good job as Roman Ivanov. He was looking quick in practice around here. And, he set a time that even Stefanko struggled to beat for a little bit. Wow, lots of sliding going through this really tricky left, right section. Oh, but it's wide there for Ballas Racing's Panabianco. GT Omega not able to get by Roman Ivanov. All over the back. There we see Roman. Oh, a little bit wide there at 13, not quite nailed it. Up the hill, letting that Corvette Callaway pass and pull away. We've got Ascaro getting ready for a swap, same as with the Team Hungary. All getting ready for their stops. Again, the stage is going to be getting very busy. Ascaro Esports into the pit. Vermont going to be climbing into this car. Ben Spanky, they've done a very good job this stint. Comes into the pit lane through the chicane. Obviously, AI's taken over. You see Jack Keithley there.
Ooh, the AI kind of took the wall a little bit there.
Yeah. No damage on in this so far, though. Vermont looking. We look back to Panabianco, I believe this is from GTR3. Underdog up to 5th position, obviously through those pit stops. Managing to hold on in the Callaway from the GTR3 car of Lars Baumler. Interesting to see Jack Keithley up there as well, this early.
Oh, and it's gotten close at the front.
Yeah, Williams too, under a lot of pressure here from Julian Kunze, Nikodem Wisniewski, maybe using his tyres a little bit too much. Speaking to Kunze yesterday, he just wants to look over his tyres. Jack looks as nervous as I feel, my goodness. Obviously, he's going to be taking over. They're massively down the order. He's just looking to have a good race and try and make up some more positions. But the sister team, right in the front, if Jack turns around, he can see the amount of pressure that Kunze's piling on. Haase has also approached the stage to take over from Kunze. Obviously not this lap, not quite yet. But this is an intense battle. Oh, we've got side by side here. This is Meeting Europe and ACR. Risto Capit trying to make some progress back on the field. A bit of contact there. Meeting Europe. Doodler jumping back down the field to 12th position. ACR's Risto Capit trying to make a move, holding defensively into the second to last corner. The Callaway trying to go around the outside. Not quite going to work. And the Audi R8 stays ahead. Oh, but a bit of a mistake in the final corner. They could open him up with the chicane of Risto Capit. I don't think it will actually.
And Williams is in the pits.
Yeah, Williams Esports into the pit lane. Conversation there. Jack Keithley, Maurice Lerner. Not sure how Lerner feels about that stint. We'll hopefully grab an interview with them as we're trying to make the results official at the end of the race, see what actually happened. They'll still be walking away with a decent prize, but not the price they wanted, not that 1,500 euros. GTR 3 LHC all over the back of underdogs Johannes Weiss. 22 minutes to go for the racing action here. All of the changes happening on the stage. Again, busy around a complicated and tricky circuit like this. You're talking about having people walking around with an aim, yes, but super distracting, no?
Yeah, you have to really be focused on your race there, and it's hard when you've got a lot of distractions happening in the background.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's just a little bit tougher here at this event. Oh, and EURONICS, I think they're in the pits.
Yeah, EURONICS won into the pit lane. Florian Haase to take over from Julian Kunze. An excellent open stint from Julian. But can they take the lead from Williams Esports Razor on those fresh tyres? I haven't seen it. Williams Esports. Yes, Kuba Brzezinski is on the stage as well, trying to take over from Nikodem Wisniewski. So they'll be in the pit lane potentially at the end of this lap. We look back at GTR 3 LHC. Up in the fourth position through the pit stops. Once again, if you're over the curb, hello. Made a bit of a mistake there, made a bit of a mare of it. Once again though, on the leaderboard to our left, if you're just joining us, the red lights indicate the people that have not stopped. The green are the ones that have so far. Team Hungary, we look here, the lead car that has stopped, currently in 13th position, just ahead of the Scaro Esports. Team Hungary at the moment being driven by Gergo Baudi. The car behind Alexander Vermont. Now those two, well it was Vermont and Noj who came into contact at the Nürburgring earlier this afternoon. So a little bit of tension between these two teams.
EURONICS should be already back out of the pits here. Staying ahead of Team Hungary. And Team Hungary actually lost a little bit.
I think they're in the traffic here if we look. Oh no, they should be alright. Never mind. GT Mega RPM into the pit lane. East Racing into the pit lane. Williams won, we look here, up to 14th, 13th position now, 12th. Jack Keithley, jump feeder Ragnar, of course. Jack Keithley behind the wheel of the Williams Esports Chill Blast vehicle. A little bit too much curb there at turn 2, costing her a little bit of time, 20 minutes to go. A long way to move up the order if they want to gain any more points. We look back towards our leader, still not into the pit lane. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think they want to get a gap here.
Of course, EURONICS Gaming 2 also staying. Jaroslav Honzik, I don't think he's quite, oh yeah, he's come onto the stage as well. Jaroslav Honzik ready to take over from Reichel. Looking back, underdog off of the back of their car towards the GTR 3 LHC car of Lars Baumler. Out of turn 2, running through this fast section here. This twisty section, impossible to overtake here, and that's why we saw the contact earlier in the race through the Constantine. We see Johannes Weiss there, who is in that underdog car. Obviously teammates with Philip Matzik, who's been struggling with his hands, will probably be taking over in the final 10 minutes of this race. Doing a superb job, Johannes Weiss at the moment. Really tricky corners, looking back towards the front. Oh, EURONICS Gaming 2, I think, have been held up a little bit in traffic. That's the 3BB Racing car that's already been into the pit lane. Who is in that one at the moment? I believe it's Benedek in that car.
EURONICS is coming in.
Coming into the pit lane. Jaroslav Honzik about to take over his home race.
Oh, that's a very long stint there from Nikodem Wisniewski.
Still not come in yet. See Pinches on the stage there. The Kuba Brzezinski will be on the other side of the stage. They're on the left-hand side of the stage, or right-hand side as you look at it. Kuba Brzezinski will be standing behind Nikodem Wisniewski, potentially preparing. I don't know about you, but I find even that off-putting, someone looking at what I'm doing. There he is, Jaroslav Honzik. Twice the age of Reichel is Jaroslav Honzik. Both extremely good drivers. We look here at EURONICS Gaming 1. Obviously Florian Haase behind the vehicle of the Audi there. Runs up to the second to last corner. Throws it in. The concentration. One hand on the trophy for EURONICS Gaming 1. Could it be a second race win as well, depending on what happens with Williams Esports?
Let's see where the other EURONICS cars coming out of the pits. They're behind them. They're quite far behind.
Quite far, yeah, for sure.
So perhaps EURONICS is going to take the lead here.
Potentially. Could it be 2 race wins? And this one definitely would be Haase's to really take in. Obviously took his first win earlier today. We look back down the order. RR, VGT, VRS, the 2 BMWs here last minute as well, going side by side a little bit through the final corner, getting very racing, coming up through the start-finish line. RR, VGT, VRS up into 14th position. Good job for the BMW outfit there. But yeah, Florian Haase, who took his first win earlier today.
Oh, and there we have it, Williams. The leading team, Williams 2, they're into the pits as well.
Where are they going to come out? Where is Kuba Brzezinski going to come out in comparison? Nikodem thinks he's done a good stint in the car. You see Stefanko in the background, obviously having taken over from Ivanov. You see Karel Vega in the background taking over from Dudler as well. The oldest driver on the field, EURONICS 1, up to the second to last corner on the circuit. Now coming around the final, Florian Haase pushing this Audi as hard as he can. Not a fan of the Audi after the endurance race last year, cost him potential podium. Is it going to cost him the race win today? No,
they're taking the lead.
There we have the EURONICS Gaming 1 into the lead of the race. Yep, we said our Williams Esports Razor leaving it too late. EURONICS Gaming 1 take the lead here. 4th position they qualified with Julian Kunter. A fantastic drive from him and a great start to the stint for Florian Haase. Currently 3rd, but that will turn into 1st once Underdog and Ballas Racing come into the pit lane. What a drive for these lot. We're getting a lot of reports in as well in that final race. Obviously the contact over in the start of it. So it may take a little while for this to become official. We look back here at the Porsche 3BP Racing. But last
late on the brakes.
Too late. Struggling for that Porsche, that grip. Obviously the default setup is terrible on that car. 15 minutes to go. 15 racing minutes here at Tuning World Bodensee. We look at Balin Benedek, currently in that 3BB racing car. If the results stay like this, yes, EURONICS Gaming 1 will win the championship. And that includes passing Underdog and Balance Racing. It doesn't matter, whoever is ahead, they are victorious. Looking at RRVGT, I think this is, yeah, all over the back of the Meeting Europe Corvette Callaway. ACR just ahead. Oh, mistake there from the Meeting Europe car. Karel Vega just taking over that one. RRVGT currently driven by Courtois.
Oh.
No, sorry, wrong car.
Actually, Courtois has been off the track here.
Yeah, that's
just saw him recover, but there's the move from RVGT.
Down
on the inside, bit of contact here. Vega shutting the door, but it should be the position gained for the BMW of the German team.
Yeah, Lucas Cole put in a good drive. That's the drive I meant. Coming towards turn 1. Will be defending on the inside and should be good for that position. There's Karel Vega. Doing a pretty good job so far. Really throwing this Corvette around, isn't he? Having a bit of a laugh there. Quite a nice chill guy to approach. Doing a very good job. 14th position for that team. Underdog still not pitted yet. Same with Ballas Racing. Panabianco and Weiss in those 2 cars. Still awaiting Matzik to take over the underdog car. Although speaking of Ballas Racing, it's underdog brother, Matzik to be taking over that car. Carpentiero will be taking over the Ballas Racing car as well. They're both in the pit lane. EURONICS Gaming won then. Wow. What a race for them. The issues for Williams Esports Chill Blast have not affected EURONICS one bit. EURONICS Gaming won. Florian Haase retakes the lead here. And after their first win, I said would it open the floodgates. But wow, what a way to take your 19th podium if it is victorious here and with a championship. Williams Esports Razor not quite able to close that gap. Cooper Brzezinski fresh in the car. You can see that Audi drifting further and further away. 2.2 seconds. Jaroslav Honzik closing in further and further on the EURONICS, on the Williams Esports Razor car. Up to 13. Such a rewarding corner. Throws the Audi through it. Honzik though catching, just 10th here, 10th there. We look back, underdog versus, Sunderland versus Fida Ragnar, ignore that bit at the bottom. Fida Ragnar, the one directly behind, all over the back of underdog. Underdog fresh out of the pit lane. Oh wow, a little bit too wide there for Matzik. I think down the inside, Zerabik looking, not quite, bit of rub there. Underdog, just going to drop down to 82. Zerabik wide though. Zerabik wide, 10-15, couldn't quite nail it. Speaking of going wide, there goes Matzik. Zerabik down the inside this time. It'll be the inside for the second to last corner. Underdog down to 8th position. GT Omega RPM currently driven by Martin Stefanko closing in. What racing, Rob? Underdog. Maybe they can close back in, maybe not.
We should maybe take a look back at the front of the field here, but well, this battle is kind of too exciting to look away. Also now with Stefanko closing in at the back, but we just have to check on the gaps at the front of the field, because we can see here EURONICS Gaming, they're losing a little bit of time compared to Williams.
Florian Haase at the EURONICS Gaming 1. Kuba Brzezinski in the Williams Esports Razor. EURONICS 2 currently driven by Jaroslav Honzik. Doing an excellent job closing in further and further. He wanted to do well. They wanted to go for the victory into EURONICS Gaming 2. It's not quite come to fruition. We look back to underdog versus GT Omega RPM as Martin Stefanko looking as aggressive as he can. I said as soon as he takes over the car, could be doing some decent stuff here. Roman Ivanov, an excellent start to the race, kept him in contention down the inside here. Woo, not quite. GT Omega RPM, very racy, Rob.
Yeah, they're looking racing. They had a little bit of bad luck at the start of the race, of course. They also dropped back. I think they were also involved in the incident that took out Williams 1, who recovered to 6th place, by the way.
Yeah, superb job. Obviously Jack Keithley in that car. A long way to go though to catch the Skyro Esports car of Alexander Vermont, as these two super close through the final corner. Matzik struggling here a bit. Stefanko piling the pressure on. Into the first corner. Holding roughly in the middle of the road is Matzik. Going for a better run through the corner is Stefanko. Going to get a brilliant exit. They're going to be side by side, and he's going to have the inside through 3. Is it going to be enough to make the move stick as we come towards the S's? I kind of don't think so. A little bit of contact between the two. GT Omega just staying behind at the moment. Not quite. Contact between the two. Martin Stefanko determined to get that position off of the underdog driver of Matzik. Makes it stick. GT Omega RPM up to 8. They're still side by side though, coming towards turn 13. There's definitely single file corner. But they're going to try. Not quite. Stefanko confirms 8th position. Very good there for Stefanko. Very aggressive. Matzik might be a little bit dejected by that one, but currently in 9th position. 5 to 6 seconds ahead of ACR. Look at this, GTR3 LHC just ahead of RRVGT. Wide, there is a GTR3 car. I think that's position done there. Yeah, it is. RRVGT up into 12th position. The BMW team moving up the order.
Strongest BMW in this race. And I think a solid campaign here for RRVGT at the Tuning World Bodensee. Well, I think Williams too. I think they made a little mistake. Lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, 2 seconds back they are. It's a big consortium there for RRVGT. Of course, as we said, they've only got 2 drivers today. They had 9 on Friday. Those of them that aren't here have probably gone home for a nice sleep. Someone who's not sleeping, Kuba Brzezinski. There's his socks. Beautiful socks. We saw them earlier.
And once again, a strange strategic choice by the Williams team there, leaving Wisniewski in the car for so long. He does have a little bit of a tire advantage probably now compared to EURONICS, but he lost so much time driving on the old tires, it doesn't look like he can make up the time.
No, I think they should have pitted Brzezinski a bit earlier. Oh, sorry, they could have visited Brzezinski a bit earlier to get Brzezinski in the car, realistically. Williams Esports strategy not really working out too well. We look back to the Chill Blast car. Jack Keithley, probably a little bit disappointed, but I think after the race, if you speak to him, he'll be all right because he's had time to at least take this one in before getting into the car. Last year, it all happened in such a rush. He did everything he could to win, ended up not being the case. Doing a good job this year. Back to EURONICS Gaming 1. 2 seconds lead over Williams Esports Razor. 6 minutes to go in this championship. I'd almost say they've got 2 hands on the trophy now. Florian Arce putting in a brilliant drive, trying to confirm that, trying to consolidate that position. Doing a very good job not to drop back into the clutches of Williams Esports Razor. There he is, Florian Arce, victorious earlier in the day at Nürburgring with Julian Kunze. Second in the previous race, they came into this exactly tied with Williams Esports Chill Blast. We look back. Oscario Esports, Alexander Fremont. Ben Spanky putting a decent start to the race. Fremont takes over. Fremont closing in on the Team Hungary car. There's still 5 seconds between the two. Obviously had that contact in the Nürburgring. Tensions flaring there between the two teams, the rivalry. I don't think he's going to be able to close that gap in 5 minutes and 45 seconds, Rob. This gap, like for a lot of these cars, I mean, Jack Keithley gets in the car, all he can do is drive quickly. He's got no one to race at the moment.
Yeah, Luna pretty much gained all the positions early on that he could gain, and then otherwise the gaps were just a little bit too big also for a driver as fast as Jack Keithley. But the fastest lap of the race actually didn't go to the Williams car, it went to the leaders of the race, to EURONICS Gaming. I mean, if it's going to end like this, the good thing is that no one can say that EURONICS doesn't deserve it, because they are leading the race. They are outright leading the race. They were ahead of the other Williams team for the entire duration of this race. They passed Williams Esports 2 during the pit stop phase, and they just
and
not
EURONICS
looking
2 as well.
Yeah.
Did a very good job looking back at the ACR, attacking underdog. Matzik dropped back into clutches of Adam Pinches. ACR, after a not great start to this race, recovering potentially into a decent position within the top 10. Heads through the section. Twisty, technical, no moves here. Bit of a mistake there from Matzik with the #1 Corvette Callaway. At least you can't miss the ACR car, it's bright pink.
And I think Matzik will be sick of it in his rearview mirror. Once again, better exit of the corner for ACR.
Yeah, he spent all of his stint basically defending. Johannes Weiss did a good job to get him in a decent position with the Callaway. We look at Adam Pinches.
Yeah. They're going to lose a lot of ground in the standings if they finish like this. Gonna drop behind Oscario and EURONICS 2. Currently sitting in a nice 5th position, but they won't be able to hold that if the race finishes as it is right now. Oh, off the track, Matzik. Can he hold it?
Oh no.
He's around there.
Such a shame. You can see the disappointment on his face. You can also see that from that, he just used the brake to get it into reverse. Not a driver that's using the flappy paddles that we've got, obviously with the hand injury that he's got. Dropping him back to 15th, probably stone dead last year. Such a shame for Matic. Very unfortunate, very easy to spin there. Was doing a good job, and I think he's done a very credible effort over the weekend, considering the injury. Made a good decision for him, an adult decision to miss out yesterday's race. He wasn't in a position where he was fit enough to do it. And yeah, I think that it's horrible, but it was the right decision for him.
Yeah, it always sucks if you have to skip a race for the reason. I think there's been a change at the back. Kind of sorted itself out once again there. Yeah, Underdog Racing, not the event that they hoped for, and they will also be in the steward's office after the incident that took Moritz Löhner out earlier on in the race. EURONICS Gaming, though, looking completely unthreatened there. Brzezinski can't keep up the pace of Florian Hasse.
No, I think it's closed in maybe a 10th. We look back, ACR trying to make some more progress.
It's actually useless racing there.
Sorry, I just saw a pink car and I assumed it was ACR. My apologies, last minute. Just leading useless racing, 14th and 15th position, comes down towards turn 15. They're all quite close to the back there still, really.
You see Roland Mischkowski behind the wheel of the last minute BMW.
Decent drive there for the BMW. Of course, second of them, RRVGT, just a little bit further ahead. 2 minutes, that means there's 2 laps to go here. To tidy it all up.
Gap's now under 2 seconds.
I'm surprised that Honzik in that AMG hasn't made any more progress. We ride on board with Honzik now, just behind the Razor Williams car. Not able to make anything stick at the moment. Setting some decent time, just not able to get by. These three, their fastest laps, 30.4, 30.5 and 30.5. We look at...
there's been an accident in the chicane.
That's that was useless racing. You were racing with last minute. Not sure what's happened there. Useless racing currently being driven. I believe that's Nicholas Rydell. It's in that one at the moment. Final lap of the race then. The final lap that we're going to do here for the Tuning World Bodensee. Autodrom Most. Maybe not delivered the most exciting race, but there has been drama. EURONICS Gaming won, put together a fantastic drive, qualified 4th in the hands of Julian Kunze, but a decent stint from him, hands over to Florian Hasse, who puts together a fantastic opener, and they've gapped it, they've got into the lead. They're dropping back a little bit into the Williams Esports Razor car, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Surely no mistakes here from Hasse. Hasse, who has won the ADAC GT Masters Esports Championship online.
Take a second race win if it stays like this.
Yeah. Opening those floodgates. What a team it is. Florian Hasse, Julian Kunze. Fingers were maybe pointing towards Jack Keithley and Moritz Löhner to be the favourites for this event. But EURONICS Gaming's Florian Hasse and Julian Kunze were never too far behind on those lists, on those polls. And my word, they have delivered. It took him 17 podiums to get that race win, but only 2 podiums later, Florian Hasse, after 2 more corners, going to be victorious again. But not only this time is it a race win, it is a championship. EURONICS Gaming won. Congratulations, Florian Hasse, Julian Kunze, ADAC GT Masters Esports champions.
Congratulations to them. Great performance throughout the event. Superb stint in the beginning from Julian Kunze and then Florian Hasse. Exactly the right thing during the pit stop. Made a better strategy choice, got away, got past Brzezinski, and then completely unchallenged at the end of the race. Second place in this race goes to Williams Esports, in the car, Kuba Brzezinski and Nikodem Wisniewski, who took a pole position here and did a brilliant opening stint.
That'll be 3rd for them in the championship.
Yes, they will move up to 3rd in the championship. EURONICS Gaming 2, P3 in the race, finishing ahead of Team Hungary, that maybe could have won in this race if it wasn't for that mistake in the first corner.
Jack looks devastated.
Yeah. nothing he can really do in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an unfortunate situation. Qualifying in P8, they're congratulating our champions. Of course, we still got to have this made official, but I mean, realistically, I don't know what more can be done. Jack Keithley, same, 12 months on, looks just as irritated as he did 12 months ago when the same, well, not the same thing, but a similar incident, situation where he entered with the contention on his mind and just didn't quite work out. EURONICS Gaming won then. Race winners, back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, two race wins of the day. All podiums, and now they are the champions. We'll hopefully hear from them soon. Again, it will be in German. It's a German event. So whenever Thomas gets over to them, the interview will be in German, but you will still hear from them. You'll get the emotion. If you speak German, fantastic. Translate it in the chat for me. I'll appreciate that. But yes, the first lap had that incident. But it must be said, the 8 races that we've had here, the Tuning World Bodensee, we've had some fantastic racing, some great moves, an excellent fight in the championship. And it came down to the wire both days as well.
Yeah.
Super close.
What do you want more here? Lots of racing action, fantastic stage here at the Tuning World Bodensee. Thanks a lot to the Tuning World Bodensee for helping us here to set this up.
And KW as well for helping.
Yes.
RaceRoom as well, backing.
It's a team effort, the Farvek film camera team as well, filming everything here behind the scenes, the whole RaceRoom team and all the people that we got on board. You, of course, Thomas Bienert and Sebastian Gerhardt.
Yeah, huge team to try and make this event work. The stage is massive, broadcasted over the event, over Twitch, over YouTube, over Facebook as well. Trying to get everyone involved. It's a fantastic event to be a part of. You do a sim racing event and you see the broadcast behind that. We have 2 or 3 people making the broadcast work here. It is an entire team, all bringing things together.
You can see Wisniewski and Brzezinski, strong race from them.
Yeah, P2.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I don't know what more we could ask for from an event like this. We'll get those results official as quick as possible. There are a few reports for poor Gail Gortner to go through. Fantastic work that he's been doing, of course, over the weekend. Not only graphics and stuff for us, helping us out with all of that, but also doing the stewarding as well. Literally sat just behind me, working as hard as he can, trying to figure out what's going on, who's going to do what, and what positions we're going to have at the end of this. I think, realistically, there isn't anything that's going to happen at the top end of the championship unless something really, really dramatic happens. Champions, though, over the weekend, we've had ACR on Friday, Tim Heinemann on the Saturday, and now EURONICS Gaming won, Florian Haas and Julian Kunze on the Sunday. Thomas going to grab the microphone, try and interview someone. We'll see who he's going to grab. I think he's going to go straight for Florian Haas and Julian Kunze, not quite sure at the moment. Obviously, you can see all of our racers on the floor here having a good conversation with everyone. All catching up, seeing what's going to happen, seeing how they all felt about the races. And I think now we're going to go to Florian Haas and Julian Kunze with Thomas, I hope.
Ja, Gratulation natürlich als allererstes mal an EURONICS Gaming, an beide Teams, aber überwiegend natürlich an euch beide. Ihr habt unglaublich starke 3 Rennen abgeliefert. Letzten Endes riesig profitiert vom Qualifying, also es hat ja eigentlich alles gepasst, war ein bisschen bitter, glaube ich, dass es nur Position 3 war, aber ich meine, letzten Endes 4, stimmt, ihr seid von 4 gestartet, aber dass Williams dann gedreht worden ist, das hat die ganze Sache doch relativ einfach gemacht. Du bist gestartet, Julian. War das Druck gewesen für dich, dass du jetzt das erste Mal gestartet bist?
Naja, eigentlich war es kein Druck, weil Flo hat mir gesagt, dass Williams nur auf 8 ist. Und ich dachte eigentlich, Williams wäre auf P1, aber das war das zweite Team. Von daher bin ich da ganz locker rangegangen. Habe so am Start sofort eine Position gewonnen, gegen unser Schwesterteam, dann auch noch aufgrund eines Fehlers in der letzten Kurve. Ja, habe weiter Pace gemacht und so konnte Florian das dann nach Hause fahren.
Gab es vorhin eine Absprache? Also ich meine, ihr saßt ja nicht direkt nebeneinander, aber es war schon relativ einfach, wie du an Rachel vorbeigekommen bist. War das schon so ein Shake Hands oder warst du tatsächlich im vollen Zweikampf?
Ja, wie gesagt, also ich bin durch einen Fehler von ihm vorbeigekommen in der letzten Kurve, da war er zu weit raus. Ja, habe dann, wie gesagt, einfach weiter Pace gemacht und bin meinen Stiefel runtergefahren.
Apropos Stiefel runterfahren, das war ja eigentlich deine einzige Aufgabe, ne? Deine einzige Aufgabe, jetzt nur noch der Schnellste zu sein. Aber ich meine, ich habe es schon so formuliert, also so ganz so einfach ist es letzten Endes nicht. Hattest du zwischenzeitlich mal Schiss, dass es auch noch mal schief gehen könnte?
Nein, also Schiss nicht. Ich hatte einzig in der Outlap hatte ich die Befürchtung, dass ich einfach nicht genug Pace hatte, weil Julian ist eine grandiose Runde gefahren in seinem Stint. Und wenn du in dem Delta siehst, wie viel du dann zurück bist, dann überlegst du natürlich schon mal, ob das wirklich reicht, um dann an Williams vorbeizukommen. Aber ich weiß nicht, was sie da veranstaltet haben im ersten Stint. Das war einfach grandios, was die zwei da gefahren sind. Aber ich glaube, sie sind einfach zu spät dann nachher an die Box gekommen, dass wir dann relativ einfach vorbeifahren konnten und die letzten 10 Minuten waren dann zum Genießen.
Ich wollte gerade meinen, ihr habt so roundabout Minute 22 gestoppt. Williams Esports 2 ist bei Minute 16 reingekommen. Also genau das, wo wir ja vorhin auch schon drüber geredet haben. Die alten Reifen haben dann einfach zu sehr abgebaut. Ihr habt eine zu krasse Pace gefahren. Und ich meine, Julian war ja gerade mal nur 1,5 Sekunden hinter denen. Also es war einfach ein klassischer Bilderbuch-Undercut, oder nicht? Ja, wie fühlt es sich an so mit dem ersten Sieg in einem offiziellen Rennen?
Ja, sehr gut. Also gerade das letzte Rennen, dass ich selber mal als Letzter über die Ziellinie fahren kann. Also natürlich, erste Rennen gewonnen, aber ich war wieder auf 2. Insofern war es ganz angenehm, dass ich mal die Ziellinie als erstes überqueren durfte.
Ja, das war EURONICS Gaming, die glücklichen Sieger. Wir werden sie gleich nochmal in voller Größe erleben, wenn dann auch die Pokale übergeben werden. Ich bedanke mich fürs Erste und gebe zurück an Sebastian.
Yeah, again, maybe in German, but at least we get to hear what they have to say and how they're feeling after the race. If anyone understands German, congratulations to you. We'll see who Thomas can grab next. Obviously, investigations continuing just to see what's going to happen with this championship. We'll get the result to you as soon as possible. You saw the Williams Esports bunch in the background, all the consortium there having a great chat between a lot of them. Of course, 2 cars here, the Chill Plus one, the Razor one, Chill Plus with Jack Keithley and Maurice Lerner, Kuba Brzezinski and Nikodem Wisniewski, who was second in that race. I think they might be next up for an interview by Thomas when he gets round to them. If not, he may get the Chill Blast group, that pairing. Jack Keithley will be a little bit dejected. We'll just see what happens. Hopefully we get to do more racing like this in future, because the event itself, great atmosphere, great event. I think most of the teams have enjoyed it. Again, putting names to faces. All of the teams really enjoying it. It's been a really nice atmosphere here. All the drivers between the races even. I went out in the lunch break between race 2 and 3. Had a really, really good chat with a group of drivers, you know, handshakes, all that fun. Lots of great conversations. We'll just get back to Thomas.
Sebastian. Also, ich stehe neben Moritz Löhner. Ja, du guckst geknickt. Ah, jetzt darf ich, okay. Moritz, du guckst geknickt, selbstverständlich. Wir haben gerade schon mal drüber geredet. Underdog war es am Ende, die dir da die Chance vermiest haben. Letzten Endes ist es aber so, ja, man kann immer den Fehler also bei den anderen Leuten suchen, aber deine Quali-Pace war jetzt auch nicht überragend.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Das erste Problem war Qualifying. Ich war noch nie so der wirkliche Qualifying-Fahrer, also habe ich da schon mal Angst gehabt über meine Quali-Performance. Da ich aber dann gesehen habe, dass EURONICS 1 auch nicht so das beste Quali hat, habe ich mir noch vorstellen können, ja, ein bisschen durchs Feld kämpfen und dann ist vielleicht noch was möglich. Ja, aber dann in Turn 3 in der ersten Kurve den Kontakt hinten am Heck bekommen, Auto gedreht und dann war es zu Ende.
Jetzt ist die Frage, war das vielleicht eine falsche Entscheidung, in den ersten 2 Rennen Jack vorfahren zu lassen und dann den Druck am Ende, wenn es dann wirklich zu einem Showdown kommt, das letzte Qualifying dich fahren zu lassen, oder wäre es letzten Endes auch egal gewesen?
Das ist natürlich immer eine gute Frage, das weiß man nie. Aber Jack hat sich richtig wohl auf Nürburgring und Zandvoort gefühlt und ich mich eigentlich auf Most. Also war für uns die Entscheidung ziemlich sicher.
Wie wird es jetzt demnächst für dich weitergehen? Ich meine, du bist ja nicht nur bei RaceRoom unterwegs. Ich denke mal, du hast auch noch andere Pläne. Sim Racing Expo schon im Hinterkopf oder ist das noch weit weg?
Nee, Expo auf jeden Fall. Jedes Jahr immer eine coole Show. Ja, sonst in iRacing, die Porsche-Weltmeisterschaft ist gerade noch am Laufen. Da geht es nächste Woche weiter. Also ja, mein Zeitplan ist voll.
Aber wir behalten dich trotzdem hier bei RaceRoom.
Auf jeden Fall.
Sehr, sehr gut. Ja, das war Moritz Löhner. Ich guck nochmal. Nö, Sebastian, ich glaube, du darfst einfach nochmal weitermachen.
Yeah, Lerner there, coming across maybe a little bit disappointed, but still fairly impressed with what he's done. They have put in a really good effort. Williams Esports Chill Blast, done a very good job. Again, wants to confirm second in the championship. We'll get those results to you as soon as possible. Maybe going to go after Jack Keithley if he can, or get that Williams Esports Razor. So there's been some great racing. The tuner race was great. I mean, it wasn't the greatest race of all time, but in the sense of getting people that aren't normally into sim racing to try it on a main stage like this, the crowd up there was brilliant. Lots of fans of the clubs and stuff, and the clubs themselves, all giving a round of applause when moves were happening. It was all brilliant stuff. Realistically, and we've had that all weekend. Groups and stuff out there. Obviously, people passing in this hall. A lot going on in this hall. Atmosphere's brilliant. And yeah, hopefully we can come back for some more as the time goes on. We'll wait to see who Thomas goes and grabs next. Hard work behind. Three of them all now looking at what's going on. Flicking through all of the replays. Trying to get everything ready for us, and then we'll have the winner's ceremony. We do have it listed on our schedule to come up at 22:06, so they've got some time to go. Looking over. You can see everyone just relaxing a bit there, staying near the stage, waiting for confirmation. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. You can see all the Williams Esports bunch talking to the Fila Ragnar. If you look on the stage on the far side, Gu Brzezinski, Nikodem Wisniewski, and obviously Zivarik, Zarabik rather, sorry, and Indika, all having a chit chat up there. Jack Keithley on his phone, I think he's a little bit dejected, just in front of Yaroslav Honzik, Reichel, teammate next to him. Unfortunately, that does bring an end to the weekend's action. I say, a great weekend that we've had. But, alas, it has. Everything must come to an end. We'll get those championship standings as soon as we can. Looking back at some of that, it's very, very tricky to decide. That's why it's taken quite a bit of time. Keep an eye out on the RaceRoom, by the way. If you use the RaceRoom, if you use Facebook, follow them on Facebook, RaceRoom Experience on there, RaceRoom on YouTube, as well as Twitch as well. And don't forget to download the game as well, because we've got the Volkswagen challenge thing that's happening around the Nürburgring Nordschleife, obviously following what's happening in real life. Definitely keep an eye on that. Good fun throwing that car around, definitely a challenge. And just awaiting further word for what's going on. You can see Holger there also having a conversation, just chilling out. And you can see all the Hungarians as well, quite close on the stage. You've got Ben Spanky down there, Adam Pinches. I believe that's Noj sat down with them. I don't know where where Gergo's gone. Rob.
Yes.
Anything to add? How's it going?
Maybe I can add that the Miss Tuning is going to come and present the trophies.
Well, there we go then. Same as yesterday.
Well, the new Miss Tuning.
Ah.
Yesterday we had the Miss Tuning from last year, but now that's new because we had the Tuning World Bodensee
of cars, car love. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, this is the thing, is that even coming to an event like this, where everything is maybe a little bit out of the ordinary for most of the people, we've walked all around the event. We did yesterday when we walked all the way down to the other end. Massive event here. And obviously, the thing is, you have to take from it that it is all the car culture. We're all united under one love for cars. Just a different way of expressing that emotion. I mean, we can make fun of these two, realistically, if you want. It's been a great job as well by those. Obviously, on the main stage in front of everyone, with all the noise that's been happening out there as well. Fantastic work from Thomas and Sebastian.
Very enthusiastic. Especially Thomas always likes to get a little bit loud when the race is on.
Yeah, they've worked together. I mean, we've had some really good conversations those over the weekend. Obviously, this is the thing with the team that we've got, and this comes as well with the drivers, in a sense of that there is ego, but not like drastic. Obviously, with the drivers and backstage, there isn't much ego. It's all very calm. It's all relaxed. A really strong team back here, all really calm and sort of just wanting to put together the best show that we can, the best broadcast quality, the best features that we can. And the racers helping us with that by putting together the best race that they can. And the difference between like racing at home and racing here, the pressure's all different. For some, almost more relaxed, almost no pressure for some. I mean, I've literally just come on a flight and sat down for a bit. So you, on the other hand, have had a lot to do.
Yeah, every time you do such an event, you age 10 years.
Well, you've been here since Monday, doing a lot of work, trying to prepare. How does that all work? Like, how much have you actually done backstage? I mean, the setup here is incredible.
Yes, of course. We have a very large backstage area, which is currently filled with around 10 people. It's just a lot more people required to make such an on-site event happen compared to an online event. Oh, there's some mistuning.
Oh, there we go. I thought I saw Holger having a conversation with her earlier. And there's trophies as well, importantly enough. Yeah. You'll count there that there is 5 trophies. Round of applause for her. Yes, there is 5 trophies there. Obviously, 3 of them are for today's event. Apologies. But the other 2 are for, one of them will be for Florian Haase, will be given to him for the online championship that he won, and the other one is for Moritz Lerner for the time attack one.
Yes, of course, online also a very big part of RaceRoom competitions, and I mean there are always drivers who cannot attend these live events because it's too far away or too expensive, and we always host a lot of online competitions. We run a lot of multiplayer-based stuff, but also the leaderboard, which is kind of how RaceRoom started off. And yeah, it's also for me. It's also important to emphasize that the competition is not only.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like a competition in sim racing, you have your league racing, you have your effectively like a time trial on the leaderboard competition, and it's intensely difficult because you have to make sure that the lap is as perfect as it can be.
Also,
we'll go back
Vanessa
to
sagt schon,
Thomas.
Ich kann mir nicht so viele Fragen stellen. Warum?
Einfach so, ich bin immer noch sprachlos, von eben aufgeregt und Kamera ist einfach neu für mich.
Alles klar. Hast du dich wirklich darauf vorbereitet und hast gesagt, so ja, ich will Miss Tuning werden, oder wird man das so nebenbei?
Also ich habe vorher schon sehr viele Fotoshootings gemacht, war auf dem Laufsteg unterwegs. Ja, Autos faszinieren mich und jetzt stehe ich hier.
Ich wette, für alle Leute, die jetzt Interesse haben, herauszufinden, wer du bist, du hast bestimmt einen Instagram-Account, oder?
Ja, ich heiße da Vanessa KNF.
Alles klar, also habt ihr gehört, dort findet ihr sie. Sag mal, was machst du sonst so?
Ich bin Fitnesstrainerin, Fitnessberaterin, so ein duales Studio als Fitnessökonom in meiner Freizeit.
Ja, alles klar. Und ansonsten so überreichst du irgendwelchen Nerds Pokale? Ja, läuft. Ja, läuft. Alles klar. Das war Vanessa. Wir werden dich gleich nochmal wiedersehen. Und ich gehe wieder zurück zu Sebastian und komme dann auch auf meine Position zurück.
Good to hear them from Miss Tuning of 2019. Always a fresh face for everyone here. An interesting interview, I'm sure that was for Thomas. But yeah, going back to the point, like it's such an approachable thing as sim racing. You can do it around the world. Obviously, there's plenty of simulators. RaceRoom is for free on Steam. So it's very accessible. There are plenty of competitions that happen in that use content that isn't paid for, that is for free. Obviously, some that are. But you know, throughout the year, obviously over last season, we had the WTCR Esports competition, which was a very popular, very competitive run one.
I heard it's going to come back. I heard some rumors that, you know, that something might be happening there pretty soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Spread any more rumors there, Rob?
I heard something about an Asian country, but I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, more to look forward to on all of that. Obviously, WTC before that as well. Fantastic competition. Oh, we had the ADAC GT Masters online competition won by Florian Haase. Plenty of competitions over that, and there are also league-based stuff outside that that show that RaceRoom and that the community of sim racing is an extremely competitive one. However, extremely approachable. Some communities are a bit elitist, but for the most part, the general community of sim racing is an approachable one. Is one that if you enjoy racing to take part in. Yeah, that is the joy, as you're saying in the chat. Oh, wow, here we go. The important bit. I see. The championship table post-investigations. This is official.
Yeah.
100%. EURONICS Gaming won 140 points to their name. Second, first over the event. And they are the champions. We'll get Florian Haase and Julian Kunze onto the stage momentarily. Williams, Chill Blast in second. A little bit dejected with that 114 points to their name. Then Williams Esports Razor rounding out your top three that will be on that podium later today. Team Hungary, P4, 92 points. Then EURONICS 2. A decent event from them, but could have been more, potentially looking for that race win in the final one. Ascaro Esports in 6th, ACR in 7th, Fidar Ragnar in 8th position after some actually really good races from that team. And GT Omega RPM, Martin Stefanko did a very good job. Roman Ivanov, fantastic job in the final one. 3BV Racing in 10th position, RRVGT in 11th, GTR3 LHC in 12th, then 13th is Meeting Europe. Underdog, obviously with Matt Six troubles with his hands, in 14th, ended up last in that. Could have been a bit higher in the championship had that not happened, maybe potentially fighting the top 10.
Yeah.
But an excellent championship run for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, and we also have the stewards' decisions, of course, from the last race. We have a penalty, a 5-point penalty against last-minute racing. Also a 10-point penalty against useless racing. I think it was 5 points against ballast racing as well. And of course, a 10-point penalty for Underdog for the incident that took Moritz Löhner out of contention.
Yeah, massive shame there. Unfortunately, these things happen. Potentially, Hannes Weiss, obviously we saw him so aggressive on the Endurance Team Challenge start. Maybe a little bit too aggressive down into turn 10. With that contact, unfortunately taking the Williams Esports Chill Blast out of contention. Jack Keithley, though, and Moritz Lerner should be happy with what they've done. They've put together a fantastic job. Here they are all together. There's Moritz Lerner at the front. He still seems fairly happy with what's happened, fairly content. Obviously a bit disappointed not to be in contention towards the latter parts of that race, but a very good job indeed. We'll now get ready for the winners' celebration. Look over the stage and get ready for them to approach. Moritz Lerner, he has won the online leaderboard champion. There's the podium ceremony. We'll see him in a moment taking his trophy. There we are, his tuning. There we kiss the cheek, not the first one that he'll get all day. And there is his trophy. Victorious in the online leaderboard championship, Moritz Lerner. So actually had a good haul of trophies here. So there is Miss Tuning. A solid drive for him. And a very, very good job in the online leaderboard champion. Standing there on the top step Maybe you could have been later, earlier, rather, after that race. Maybe after this could have been, but unfortunately not. It's always good to take a trophy back though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hold on to my trophy with like, no one can take it off me. I would take that to my grave from last year. Such a passionate thing to take home an actual trophy, something that you actually earn and can be proud of. Everyone thinks it's cool. I went into the subway afterwards, after getting that trophy, and everyone was so curious about what it was and how I got it. Here comes Florian Haase, the series champion online. A fantastic job, and not the first time. Well, it's the first time that he's been on the top step, realistically, has won the championship, has won a race today. Not the last time he'll be up there today. Again, with this tuning. Very, very good job. Florian Haase, fantastic driver, absolute consistency. Didn't take a race win in that championship. Only took it today on his 17th podium and his 19th podium as well. That is how many podiums this man has racked up in realistically a short time in RaceRoom. Handshakes from Holger as well. And then we'll get ready to have them all onto the stage, all onto that podium.
What a competition it has been here. 3 races,
Absolutely.
excitement until the end. And we've got our 3 teams on the podium.
Held to the highest of competition. We've really raised the bar this year. Tried introducing new things, a 3rd championship.
And
here we
they
go
come.
then. The 3rd team.
Williams Esports
Kuba
Razor.
Brzezinski, yeah. Kuba Brzezinski, Nikodem Brzezinski, Williams Esports Razor. They'll be taking the 3rd step of the podium. It's just about big enough for 2. There you go, boys. Get on there. There is their trophy. Holding that trophy together. Of course, teammates for a very long time these 2 have been. And a fantastic effort for the 2 to grab that 3rd place. They both look fairly happy with themselves. Obviously 2nd in the final race. Autodrom Bost. Excellent driving from them. I'm sure we'll see more from them in RaceRoom years to come. Holger as well, approaching, giving him a bit of a handshake. There we go, now he jumps off the podium. I had to do that last season, it wasn't big enough for me.
Last year we had 3 on this podium.
Yeah. I definitely couldn't fit. I had to fit on there with Richard Schaefer and Jack Keithley. No way could I fit on that one. Speaking of Jack Keithley, there he is in the background. Williams Esports Chill Blast, maybe a little bit dejected, but Jack still looks fairly happy there. 2nd position. They'll receive their trophy. What could have been without that contact at turn 10. Still a fantastic effort, 114 points to their name. Going home with €750 split between the 2 of them. Maurice Lerner putting a decent drive there, lots of overtaking. Jack Keithley kept himself clean over the final part of the race, ended up 6th. Realistically, a very good recovery drive for the 2 of them. Keithley only 1 race win over the entire weekend as well. And that was the 2nd race at Zandvoort. Lerner putting a very good defensive drive there. Finally though, we will have our champions. A round of applause from the crowd, from the other competitors. Florian Haase, Julian Kunze, our series champions for the ADAC GT Masters. What a lineup.
Yeah, they really had to work for it though.
There we are.
You can see Julian Kunze there.
Kunze is a
the
big
podium.
man.
Yeah. A new podium definitely on top of the RaceRoom shopping list
Yeah.
for the next year. And there you can see the podium. These are the 3 best teams of the ADAC GT Masters Esports Championship. Williams Esports Razor, Williams Esports Chill Blaster, and then of course the winners, EURONICS Gaming won. Congratulations to them.
Fantastic effort. A lot of work has gone into this event, not only from the organisers, but from the teams themselves. They've put in a lot of practice, a lot of time, a lot of preparation to get themselves into a position, a season's worth of work in some cases, the likes of Florian Haase. But it all came down to this championship, to this trophy, which I'm sure they will cherish for quite a while to come. What is next for RaceRoom, though? We will have to wait and see. Again, you can follow that on the Facebook page of RaceRoom. Definitely follow it. All events coming, new content coming all the time. Leaderboard challenges all the time. You've got to keep focused. Follow it. See what happens. Download RaceRoom off of Steam if you haven't already. What are you doing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, these competitions, they are always, you always see a lot of familiar names, you always see a lot of top teams, but we also have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future for everyone. New cars, new tracks. You've probably seen already the IDR Volkswagen.
Yeah.
It's one of the new projects. Like I said, in the WTCR corner, something might happen very soon as well. So always make sure to follow RaceRoom closely, download the game, play the game, and maybe you can come and visit us at our next live event.
Absolutely,
More
yeah, it's been a
information on that
fantastic
as
one
well.
here at the Tuning World Bodensee. Thank you very much for tuning in over the last 3 days. Thank you very much, Rob, for joining me today. And very well, goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Woo!